Welcome back, Neil here. And tonight, we've got to be honest. Liverpool were beaten, outplayed, and outthought. Manchester City 3, of course, Liverpool 0 at the Etihad. It's Haaland, it's González, it's Doku on the score sheet, and that really hurts. Quick facts before I give my opinion. And Haaland opened the scoring. Nico González made it 2-0 just before halftime via a deflection, and Doku finished it in the second half with a brilliant strike. Now, City dominated large patches of the game, and Liverpool really only managed one shot on target. And that is the most frustrating thing. Liverpool were not in that game at all. But here's another fact. City looked sharper and more cohesive, and the feeling here is Slot's game plan and his in-game responses just didn't work. I'm not throwing the manager under the bus by any means, but I think we saw the selection and the substitutions worsen the problem, and it didn't fix it. Now, when we look at things, that structure and that balance, Liverpool lacked midfield control in the middle third, and City exploited spaces between our lines and overloaded the right channel repeatedly. And that's where Doku did the most damage. When the opposition can regularly play between your midfield and back four, that's a systematic issue. It's not a freak night. Starting Wirtz, it felt like Slot was trying to win the game on reputation rather than matchups. The balance between creativity and defensive cover just wasn't there at all. And our wide players weren't tracked, and our fullbacks got exposed. It looked a mess. Now, let me also just touch on the changes that were either too late or didn't change the game's shape. And when you're 2 down at halftime, you must either change the tempo or shore up midfield, And I think we were, those options, they didn't appear. And Slot looked reactive and not proactive. We need more, and look at the example. City's second goal came just before the break, and that's a killer. Going 2-0 down into the interval compounds everything. Belief drops, you're forced into chasing, and City are clinical on the counter. And that sequence underlines both a tactical vulnerability and failure to plug the hole fast enough. 3 practical changes I'd have expected. And, protect the pocket in front of the back four. That's important, either with a dedicated defensive mid or by adjusting the midfield press to block City's vertical pass lanes. That didn't happen. So earlier attacking substitutions that change width and press intensity, someone to stretch City's backline and create horizontal problems for them. That was also lacking. And clearer risk management in selection. Pick players who balance creativity with work rate, especially when facing a counter-attacking fast team like City. Now, is this a season-defining collapse? Well, not yet. The concerns are tactical clarity, consistency, and, of course, decision-making, from the dugout. And if the manager doesn't adjust quickly, these performances will keep costing points. That's a given. I want to hear what you think. Was it poor selection, bad substitutions, or are the players not buying into Slot's plan? Drop your take in the comments. If you like this breakdown, hit a like, subscribe, and share. And don't forget, we'll do a tactical breakdown on Tactical Tuesday tomorrow. As always, with a heavy heart, up the Reds.